Hello, everyone. Excuse my terrible lighting. I am up in my bedroom because my daughter is taking over my basement where I have my ring light, which provides much better lighting than this overhead lighting. I wanted to pop on here because I got a text this afternoon from a client, and we had a really interesting conversation yesterday. Um, she, we had taken measurements. It was about 5 weeks ago, and I have particular places I measure when people want that as a as a way to measure progress or lack thereof. It's a phenomenal way to know if you're moving in the right direction. If you remember, I don't remember what day it was, but the scale and measurements were one of the day's sort of little mindset tips. And the scale, if you didn't figure out the fill in the blank, is the answer to the question that led into this live, and that is, are you letting the scale hold sort of power over you, this arbitrary number? And so this client is a perfect example because she said to me yesterday, I'm so frustrated. I have made some big changes in the last month and nothing has changed. And she said to me, I'm wondering if we could do measurements again. And I said, sure. So we talked a little bit more. And she was really frustrated because in her mind, she wanted to get to this certain number on the scale. And it was only a matter of about 4 pounds that she wanted difference. And she said that nothing had changed on the scale. And in fact, it was moving, if anything, it would move like up a pound, right? And in my head, I'm thinking, I used to be that person. What's a pound? What's 3 pounds? My Lord, you know, as women, woo, we can swing like a pendulum. So we talked about the changes she had made. And I'm going to tell you the little changes she made. So over the course of the last 5 weeks, she had completely stopped alcohol for the last 3 of 5 weeks. All right, so we took her measurements. I believe it was December 17th, maybe the 14th, somewhere around there. And so for the rest of December, she consumed alcohol. She probably had 1 to 2 glasses 4 days a week on average. And then she has had nothing for January because she was doing this dry January challenge. So she's had nothing for the last 3 weeks of wine. The pattern she realized she was in was she would finish dinner, and she's got a really good grasp overall of nutrition. And we had already discussed, like, she probably eats on average 3 vegetables a day, sometimes 4 or 5, and several pieces of fruit, and protein at every meal. And she's mindful of portions of healthy fats. And so so she was really frustrated because she's been paying attention to all of that. The other change she made, aside from the alcohol, which can have a huge impact, I have lived that myself, was after dinner. She was in the habit of getting in a chair and reading. Some people get on the sofa and watch TV, right? She would get in the chair and just read. And she would read for like an hour and a half after dinner. She started, this is totally on her own, nothing to do with me, getting up after dinner and dancing. She said she would dance. She'd put on music she loved and dance. And she would do it for about half an hour, just like, and her children are grown. It's just she and her husband. I don't know what her husband was doing. I don't think she was dancing with her husband. And she was just moving for 30 minutes, dancing like a homegrown, home design, body jam or Zumba or group groove, kind of moving for half an hour, putting on tunes she loves. Now, I know there's some of you ladies in this group that are very motivated by music, and that is something that would totally be within your comfort zone. And there are going to be others of you in this group, for whatever reason, maybe it's the people in your house, you're going to think, no way in hell, that's not something that I would be willing to even try or something that I could do every night. But that's what she did. I just wanted you to know how small it was. She just danced. And she's almost 70. We're not talking 40-year-old, she's not breakdancing, she's not doing burpees, she's just moving for those 30 minutes. So we started to take her measurements. Now, I measure about 8 different places, and most places rarely see a change. But in women, but they typically can show more changes in men. The three places that are really big indicators for women, typically the breast, because it's a very fatty area. You can lose and gain there very quickly. The waist and the hips, and then inner thigh can also be, that's kind of a fourth area. We did our measurements. She had lost 4 centimeters around her waist, and she lost 3 centimeters in her inner thigh. So 3 centimeters converts to around an inch in her inner thigh. Now that is not an area that tends to be a bloaty area. Your abdomen definitely can be, it can fluctuate. I myself have found that I can have popcorn is something that, not microwave. I make it stovetop with olive oil and salt. It's something that I have a really hard time stopping with. And we'll make a big bowl of popcorn and sit down. I can't stop. Well, I definitely kind of bloat the next day because of it. So my point is that abdomen is an area that can definitely reflect that. But she was down over an inch in her abdomen and an inch in her inner thighs. She texted me today and she said, I'm going to pull it up. So she had homework of some very basic exercises to do, and she has really struggled to do them with any consistency. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I did my exercises today. I think I am finally motivated to do them every day." And then she was asking me how much, for clarification, that she had lost. And she said, "I have decided I'm going to quit being fixated on getting down to that number. I'm just going to concentrate on eating super healthy and moving every day." And so, she didn't do anything fancy. And I said to her, just think of where you can go if we can get you to a place where you're comfortable outside of meeting with me, doing a little bit of strength training, just 1 day a week to start off outside of me. And then maybe you can build up to 2 extra days a week. 3 days a week is just really a lovely sweet spot. But there's nothing that says you have to go from A to Z. You can go from A to double A, or A to A and B. Thank you, whoever just sent me a heart. I can't see who till I get off the video. Haven't quite figured that out yet. On eCam, if you don't register, it won't show me your name. And I, again, am usual cold. So, hence the hat. Just really want you to realize that there's so many other important indicators than that stupid number on the scale, because if she had just been holding on to what the scale said, she would have continued sort of wallowing in this feeling of deflation, defeat, and that she had not made any progress. And lo and behold, the number on the scale had not changed, but that activity, she had lost an inch in 2 different places that we measured. So I just want to leave that with you, let you think about it, and realize that sometimes that scale can be quite deceiving. Boy, I'm coming up with a lot of deceiving, what else? I can't remember. Those D words that are just really deflating. And okay, I'm going to ramble, so I'm going to wrap this up. All right, I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday. Just wanted to leave you with those thought nuggets. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you have any questions, let me know that too. Okay, bye.